And welcome to welcome to the Canal Place Preservation and Development Authority Board meeting for this date, January 30th.
At least you can't find the Zoom link either.
Something just happened to my Zoom screen.
Brad can't find the Zoom link, so Crystal's sending him that now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a problem with that as well. Well, thank you all very much for being here. We're having the meeting via Zoom out of an abundance of caution for everyone. We don't want to pass any of the illnesses that seem to be going around to our board members and other participants in the meeting today. So thank you very much. And we would like to start with the minutes of the open session, the November 28th, 2023 open minutes. So if you all could look at those and let us know if you have any questions.
I read them. I'll move they be approved. Is read.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
I'll second.
All right, then all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Then the November 28, 2023 minutes stand approved as submitted. Now let's go to the minutes of November 28, 2023 for the closed meeting section of the closed minutes section of the meeting. Does anyone have any questions? Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as submitted?
I'll move to accept them as presented.
I'll
Okay.
second.
All right, then the all in favor of accepting the November 28th, 2023 closed minute meetings, and it's closed meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? Then the November 28th, 2023 closed minutes stand approved as submitted. All right, would you please review the December 19th, 2023 open minutes?
No, about the version. They did so.
Do I have any questions?
That's what.
Do I have a motion to accept the December 19, 2023 open minutes as submitted?
So moved.
Do I have
Second.
a second? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right, then the December 19, 2023 open minutes stand approved as submitted. Now, if you would look at the November and December 2023 financial statements. Nicole.
Sure. So for expenses, we do have a fair amount of them. We have started with Kim's payroll, so we're glad she's here. So there is that, a second payroll section on the expense report. And with that, we also have purchased a computer and additional office things for that. So there are some expenses for that. We do have in the, to give you a code number for this, we did the inspection of fire extinguishers, lights and sprinklers, as well as a Krabby Pig exhaust hood, which was in the 800 series, the 809. And that was a fairly sizable expense annual. So hopefully that doesn't happen too often. Well, shouldn't happen too often. Acorn Hill and WVU for the economic impacts, or not economic impact, economic study. We did their second payments to both entities. Acorn Hills was 5,200, WVU's was 14,000. So those were our biggest expenses for the months of November and December. As far as the revenue, currently we only have one tenant that is currently late, which is not great, but at least it's just one. But we did get two MHAA grants, one for 45,000 for the first draw of the sediment testing for the river park, and the other one is a 38,000. I believe it's for additional items. Dee Dee might be able to explain the root of the $38,000 MHAA grant a little better, but we did get it. And also our parking, we did get our parking meter, or it's not a meter, Park Mobile is now live. There's no revenue showing in December, although we are starting to get revenue, and it also made an increase in our parking permits. People didn't want to buy per hour parking, so they bought the permits instead, which worked out well. And we do have additional spaces available if anybody needs them, so let people know. But that is pretty much the highlights of the revenue and expenses.
Thank you, Nicole. Are there any questions? Do I have a motion to approve the financials as reported? Okay, Al, I see Al's hand raised.
So moved.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Becky. All right, then the financial reports stand approved as submitted. Thank you very much. All right, the executive director's report.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. So I wanted to announce that the mini grants fiscal year 24 are still open, and to remind everybody that we're doing them on a rolling first come first served basis for those that want to apply. Another thing that I'm going to change that I think will get more mini grant applicants is I'm going to do, instead of the one-to-one cash match, that there's the applicants can use in-kind services if documented as their additional match. So I think that will encourage people to apply. I see Melinda's on the call, but so I'm going to let her talk about the wonderful winter festival that she organized and ran. I had volunteered at that, and I know Kim had come down and volunteered, and I feel like it was a great success. The new HVAC systems are being installed at the shops at Canal Place. Had several meetings with the Maryland Heritage Area Authority and Coalition. I met this past week with Mayor of Ridgely, State Highway Administration, and Capital Electric and their contractors regarding the lighting of the Blue Bridge. I know we had a bigger meeting initially, and that seems like it's been a while back, and it probably has been, but things get busy and it takes time to get estimates and everybody together for meetings. So we did have an update. We met with contractors that I think the route that we're going to go once we get a cost is to get lights that shine directly on the bridge that have the ability to change colors. I think that's the best way to go, considering State Highway didn't want anybody drilling holes in their bridge might affect the structural integrity of the bridge, and I get that. They told us that we would need a memorandum of understanding between State Highway and the entity that's going to be responsible for maintenance of the bridge and of those lights. And I believe that even though it's a Maryland bridge, it's probably going to be West Virginia, originally West Virginia, since they are going to be the ones paying for the electric and whatnot. So as soon as we get some cost estimates back, I will let everybody know what that's going to be and where we are on all that. Attended several of the Maryland Tourism Council's legislative meetings. Breeze Line has completed the exterior installation of our fiber, and we're getting ready. Dave's Communications now has to come in and do the inside wiring. So I'm not sure how long that's going to take, but once that's up and running, the ability for other tenants in the station to hook up will, again, that'll be available. And we will prorate based on the square footage of each tenant that wants it, what the cost is going to be. But it's really not that much difference in what we're paying now to at our Breeze Line, and I can't wait to get faster internet service. Kim and I will be attending Tourism Day on February 9th. This is my first time to attend that, but considering what all's going on in Allegheny County, I'm looking forward to going down there and meeting with other elected officials to talk about the river park, and Allegheny County Tourism goes down as well, talk about all the great things that's happening in Allegheny County with outdoor recreation. I have budget testimony on February 22nd. And then if you all look over at upcoming events and whatnot, you can see what's going to be happening at Canal Place over the next couple months. And I am going to touch on like PACE and other river park updates during the old business section of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Anybody have any questions for Dee Dee?
I just lost the visual, but can you hear me?
Yes.
Ken?
Okay, real quick questions, and I may have missed this, just very succinctly, the lights. What type of lights are they? Are they LED? Are they on 24 hours? Do they absorb the sun, just come on at night? How often would they have to be replaced on the bridge I'm talking about?
Yeah. They'll be dusk to dawn. They will be LED energy efficient lights. They will have a remote control that allows us to change color. So obviously, like at Christmas, if you wanted red and green, you could do red and green. But they're going to be like floodlights that shine up on the bridge, and obviously it's going to be made so it's not blinding people that are driving up and down the interstate or driving across that bridge. That's why we're working so closely with State Highway Administration. Again, I have no idea what it's going to cost, and not exactly sure where the funds are going to come from to pay for it at this point, because I'm past any grants that I could apply for something like that. So maybe something else will come along, but I will keep everybody posted.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions for Dee Dee? Okay, National Park Service update.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I have a few updates here. The park has received TAP funding for 2024 so that we may begin the procurement process for the towpath resurfacing in the area. And I think Josh in the November meeting mentioned that that's scheduled for later in 2024 for the last 12 miles of towpath. So we did receive funding for that. Others updates to the Cumberland Visitor Center are currently underway. Graffiti violation signs have been ordered for Paw Paw and for Cumberland to help prevent graffiti in the area. And then the last item is I've asked before, but I just wanted to remind if there's a chance that we could have a briefing sometime for the park on the river park. I know we were waiting for like the stakeholder survey to be completed. So that's all I have on our end, but thanks for the opportunity to share that.
Thank you. And Dee Dee, do you want to address Chris's question when you talk about the river park, or what do you want to do?
Sure, I can talk about it then.
Okay. All right. Very good. But thank you very much for the update, Chris. So old business, first thing is the river park. Take it away, Dee Dee.
There's a lot of updates regarding the river park. First of all, obviously we attended the PACE reception, and CEC Consultants had a huge river park display at the reception that was like just a great, overwhelming response. So many questions, so many positive comments. about the river park. I got to talk to a whole bunch of people about it. So, I mean, the networking down there, it's incredible. It really is for Pace. I also was a speaker for the outdoor recreation part of the Pace, the afternoon seminars, and thought that went really well. Again, we got to answer a lot of questions afterward, talking about the river park. So, new things that are happening. So first of all, I think you got an attachment. I'm pretty sure you should have gotten an attachment that shows the new design of the river park, because there were so many concerns about, oh, we're going to take the dam out and the water is only going to be like, you know, not as deep, and just all the issues with concerns about that dam being taken out. So CEC has designed the river park now, so some of the water features are located above where the dam is, and those water features will actually allow the water to be a little bit, you know, deeper. So it's not going to impact the depth of the river upstream as much. I mean, of course, there's going to be some lowering, but for those people that were concerned about that, we are addressing those issues. The other part of that, the PER, the preliminary engineering report, part of it came in right before Pace. We're still waiting on a little bit of information from the Army Corps of Engineers, so we don't have the final until they complete their comments. So that PER gave us some new cost estimates, and the amount of money that the river park's going to cost has been estimated now at $25 million. Now, keep in mind, we already have $8 million in federal grants, state grants, capital budget funds, etc. So, and again, we're still going after grants. We're going to go after federal earmarks. We're going to, you know, go after any money that we can to complete this dam. So the next steps for the river park, of course, we're still trying to find a project manager. We have not been successful in hiring anybody to help with this project. We made some contacts at Pace, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. But we will be putting out in April the 100% design, build, design, engineering will be put out to bid, and in May we're going to put out the RFP for the sediment testing. The construction completion date, if all goes well, will be November of 27. Now, to address the C&O Canal Park question about you know, how the river park's going to affect the Park Service, I can't tell you anything until we get the completed report from CEC on you know, the dam removal. I mean, all the state agencies, federal agencies haven't commented. So once we get that draft, and of course, when it goes out, the 100% goes out, we're not going to be able to do anything until every federal and state agency, city, whoever is involved anywhere around that river park that we're going to affect will all be contacted, because we can't move forward until everybody's happy and it's permitted, etc. So once again, I can't give you a date until I know for sure, but for everybody that's worried and knows better, that we can't start any construction until we're permitted and we have all the money. So the economic impact study is almost completed for the River Park project. Just preliminary estimates that I had contacted WVU for about for Pace talking points was that this river park is estimated to bring in over 1 million additional visitors to Allegheny County, the region, once the park's completed. It's going to have a $42 million state and local tax impact on this area, and for the state. And right now, guess what? How much it generates now? Zero. So I think that's a pretty significant amount of money. We're gonna be holding, and I don't want to step on Kim's toes, but we're gonna be holding a public meeting in March. And we haven't determined the date yet. We're gonna hopefully have it at the Allegheny Museum. We're gonna show the new River Park design and answer any questions that anybody has about this River Park. So we're gonna do a whole lot of PR on that to get that information out there. So the people that have questions about this River Park can come talk and ask the questions. I have, and Bill Atkinson and I and Kim, we have been on virtual meetings with the governor's office about the River Park. We've been on another virtual meeting. We were supposed to meet in person at Pace, but because of the weather, we came home and did it virtually. We've met with the comptroller, and we've told the governor's office and the comptroller all the good news about where this River Park is and the economic impact that it's going to have. And they are super excited about it and super supportive of it. And I believe the, initial transparency and positive support of everybody that supported it has helped this project along. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing. I think that's all for now. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Hey, Dee Dee, this is Ray. I just wanted to say thank you for that update. We've been in contact with the governor's office also, and they know that the River Park is something that absolutely the city of Cumberland supports and is looking forward to working with you and them to make sure to work on how we can secure the funds to get this done. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time, but just want to thank you for all you've been doing and let you know the city of Cumberland's with you, and we'll work our way through all of this.
And again, I want to thank mayor and council and also Allegheny County for, again, this is a true partnership project. And if we weren't working together, it would never be where it is today, but it will be done. I'm going to tell you right now, it will be done. And one more announcement. When the River Park was posted on social media, there was a whole bunch of questions and comments about George Washington's headquarters. We, the River Park, as far as the River Park project goes, we have no intention of moving that cabin. That's not part of our plan. If that was accidentally left on there from a previous plan when there was talk before about relocating, I'm not in that battle. It's not part of the River Park project. I've been in touch with Peggy Keene and Ed Taylor stopped in to see me, and I rest assured to them that we're not part of that. And in fact, if I may, I'm going to say, I think where the headquarters is now is really going to enhance the visitation and, for people to visit that and hopefully clear up some of the other issues that we're all having.
And once again, you're right, Dee Dee. All of this is to a certain extent still preliminary as we're working our way through the design and everything, and people have a tendency to overreact when they see something, or they just react without any knowledge of actually what's happening. So we're with you. Just we'll work our way through that part of it too.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Dee Dee. Anybody have any questions for Dee Dee on this? One of the things Dee Dee had mentioned about at Pace and being able to have be part of the outdoor recreation segment that the Greater Cumberland Committee held at Pace. It was really wonderful to have the opportunity to give an update to so many folks. And as a result of that update, as Dee Dee said, people really went to the exhibit then afterwards. And it really was amazing how many folks stopped by to look at the drawings and the plans and become more knowledgeable about what's in place and what's being planned.
Dee Dee, you mentioned a plan. I don't think I got an updated plan. I don't know if someone could share that with me. And also, when is the briefing? You mentioned a briefing that everyone will be invited. Is that planned yet, or are we just waiting for that final plan to come?
Well, the River Park public meeting is gonna be in sometime in March. I
Okay,
don't have a date yet because we just haven't had a minute to reach out to the Allegheny Museum because that's where we hope to have it. I thought the attachment, River Park attachment had been sent out. I don't know if it was or not, but we can certainly send you
I may have just missed it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but that's, essentially it, but we can definitely send that to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and the draft, again, for the 30% PER, we're anytime, that's all I can say, anytime. We're waiting on it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, any other questions? All right, Dee Dee, update on passages of the Western Potomac Heritage Area expansion,
Yes, we
survey, et cetera.
yeah. We continue to meet with our consultants on the countywide expansion. Surveys have been sent out. And listen, all the board members, please complete those surveys. We have sent out close to 200 from Canal Place itself. Kim has it on social media. Allegheny County Tourism has sent it out. Allegheny County Chamber of Commerce has sent it out. I have made calls down through Georges Creek to, again, try to get them more involved and to ask them to please fill out the survey. And again, I think when Kim speaks, she's gonna talk about the hits we've had to the website and everything like that. So yeah, so I think that those surveys are due February 12th. So please, it's like critical that people fill those out, please.
Right, thank you, Dee Dee. Kim, marketing strategies.
I'm having some trouble, if you haven't noticed, with my sharing. Who's after me? Can we skip over and then come back? Were you guys seeing the map when I had it up?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw that.
You did? Okay, are you
Uh-huh.
seeing it now?
Nope.
No,
Nope. Okay. Just give me a minute here.
while she's doing that, Dee Dee, do you want to talk about the ethics filing and the conflict of interest forms?
Sure.
That'd be me.
Well, yeah, Nicole, I think is gonna.
Oh,
go
I'm sorry, Nicole.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So it's that time of year again where everybody needs to do their ethics filing. I will say we did get a report from the ethics office this morning that 6 of you have already filed, so congratulations to you 6. And the 3 of you that haven't will be getting an email after the meeting with the links for you to go on and do your filing. And please do it as soon as possible. Otherwise, it's them nagging me, which then makes me nag you. So nobody likes a nag. We don't want to do that. Following that, we will also be doing an update of our conflict of interest forms. Adam was reviewing it and Dee Dee and I were talking to him about a few things we'd like to see if we could change. Don't know if we're at that point we're changing. Adam had a few conflicts yesterday to not be able to look at it too quickly. And Dee Dee and I are sort of wanting some changes. But once we get that done, we will be sending that out. So hopefully in the next week or so, we'll get that to you. So be on the lookout for that email as well. And again, that is something that we are going to try and have everybody sign every year. So, just review it, sign it so we can put it on the file and have it there for our filing purposes. So And that's pretty much it for ethics. So thank you again for those that have filed. And please file for the 3 that haven't. You know who you are.
If you filed before, it's not too painful. So, so it's not too bad.
Mm-mm.
Kim, go ahead. Take
There
it
we
away.
go.
There we go.
Okay,
Yay.
sorry about that. Okay, so we do have a lot going on with marketing. So I'm going to start with the migration of the website. So we have it fully migrated to our new host, and we are making changes on the back end. So we are, I'll go over the changes that we've made so far and then the changes that are up and coming. So a lot of the changes are more organizational changes just to make it more user-friendly, easier to understand. When I got here, one of the things that Dee Dee wanted to focus on was just awareness of the heritage area versus Canal Place Preservation Development Authority. So we have separated those. I think it makes it a lot more obvious who's who and who does what. So now under About Us, we have a dedicated drop-down for Passages of Western Potomac, a dedicated drop down for Canal Place, and one for partners. So when you click on those drop downs, it's not convoluted. It's just that one is just the heritage area. We have added the Medusa map for anybody who's not familiar with that. Our grantees have to use this map in order to find out whether they are in our heritage area or not. This map can be kind of hard to find, so I thought it was important to just have it on the website and accessible for the grantees. And then, of course, we have all our grant information and outside grant resources for our applicants as well.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yep. Go back. Is that what you
That map at the top
the map? Yep.
that showed the interstate,
Oh, yeah. Here,
well, the map.
the
That
Medusa
shows-
map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should I-68 be on there?
I mean, this is through the state of Maryland. So in order for folks to find their heritage area, they have to go to the layers tab and then other MHT base data.
I was just asking because it just, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what happens really in order to use this is you have to zoom in a tremendous amount just to see your heritage areas. And that's
All right, I
really
just
the
wondered,
purpose
since
of it.
they show most of the interstates, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so this is one architecture right now, but a
Okay,
person would,
I
yeah.
defer to everybody else.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the dedicated page for the heritage area, and you'll see we've updated all the heroes up here with a live video, which Dee Dee wanted to see that. I agree with Dee Dee, that takes us up higher in the algorithm whenever people are searching for us, and it's just kind of a thing that everybody's doing anyhow. So now when you go to CPPDA, it used to all be together. Now it is separated. This is where our board minutes are going to go. You'll see them on another page. It doesn't make a lot of sense that they're over under news. They're going to go over here. That hasn't happened yet, but eventually that's where you're going to find them. And then partners, we've moved to a dedicated page, and these both have links. Of course, the Allegheny Tourism links you to their events page, and the Heritage links you to their grants portal. So I think that's a lot more user-friendly for the folks that are trying to find these things on our website. So those are the things that we've accomplished. Now the list of things that we're still working on is pretty extensive. So we will be adding on our landing page, we will be adding a donation button for the River Park, and we will begin taking donations for the River Park. You know, that is something that we can hit our stakeholders up with around tax season and say, hey, do you need to get rid of some money? We would love to take your money if you do. And so we'll be able to direct them to our website to do that. And we'll have a newsletter sign up on our main page here on our landing page. We will also add a dedicated page for the River Park and a dedicated page for the expansion. And then we're going to add a countdown clock for the Maryland 250, which is, a huge initiative for the governor's office and just a huge initiative in Maryland in general. There's going to be a lot of funding opportunities attached to that. So we want to make sure that it's kind of out there and accessible to everybody. So those are all the things that are going to be up and coming in the next, I would say we should have these changes and updates completed within 60 days. So that's kind of where we are right now with all of these changes. Does anybody have any questions related to the website? Okay. I'm going to move on then to our social media. So this is just a brief overview of our social media, since this is cumulative of when I started the new social media pages. So you'll see there, our Facebook reach has been almost 30,000 people since I started the page on November 30th, which is pretty phenomenal, really. You'll see that's up 300%. Clearly, we didn't have a very, very good presence on social media. It wouldn't be up 300%, but people are engaging with us, and they are liking us and following us and doing all the things that we want them to do. Instagram is considerably lower, obviously, but I'm not all that concerned with that, because heritage tourists tend to be of an older demographic, and they always levitate to Facebook. So Facebook really is what's where it's at as far as heritage tourism goes. You'll see our Facebook visits. So that means somebody clicked on our website from Facebook, was almost 2,500, and Instagram 25, but huge increases in both. And then for our ads, I have ran 3 ads since I came. 2 have been for basic awareness campaigns, and 1 for the River Park engineer ad. So our paid reach was almost 19,000 people, and impressions, meaning that those ads were populated on over 34,000 pages. So those are also good numbers. I'm very, very happy with where our social media is going. And then Dee Dee briefly mentioned the River Park post that we did this past weekend. We were inundated with responses, with shares, with everything that you want to happen when you put a post out there. So that one post, which was not an ad, it was an organic post, had 34,000 impressions, and it reached 32,000 people, and had over 14,000 engagements. And you'll see right here, we did have some negative feedback, which is always expected and not unusual, but what just happened? Our positive engagements were much, much higher than our negative. So again, I'm not concerned about that. Most of the negative responses were just people that need to be educated, and that's why we're going to hold the public session and continue to put out the information that needs to be out there, so people understand what we're doing and how we're doing it. So anyhow, I'm not going to go through these numbers. You can see, we had 182 shares, and over 7,000 people went to our website because of that one post. We had a lot of good positive feedback, and here was a list of all the businesses or organizations that shared that post. So certainly not going to get that kind of reaction on all of our posts, but that one was incredibly successful. So
Are you trying to share it? Because we can't see if you're trying to share.
Oh my
that.
gosh.
You're like, no, we can't see it. We lost it. The last thing we saw was the website, and then haven't seen it. Now you're back to all of us.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Listen,
Okay.
it's okay. No,
Okay.
don't worry about it. Well, it's fine.
Okay. Well, these are just graphs. Do you
Oh.
see them now?
We
We
can
sure
see
do.
them now.
Okay, sorry. So these are the numbers I just went through with you. This was the Facebook reach, Instagram reach, Facebook visits, and then these are our ad reaches. 19,000, almost 19,000 on the paid reach, and almost 35,000 in paid impressions. And then okay, are you seeing this one?
We're seeing the graphs.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay.
It's okay, Kim.
Okay.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, so the last one was just the analytics for the post that was for the river park itself. And I went through those numbers with you. So I can send these out in an email afterwards if you guys want me to do that. Does anybody have any questions about any of those? Okay.
Thank you very much, Kim. It looks like a tremendous amount of work, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Dee Dee, the Heritage Area grants.
yes, the Maryland Heritage Area Authority grants are open right now. And the full applications are due March 4th. We did try to hold an in-person grants orientation in January, but that was the day that we had that huge snow, so we had to change it to virtual. And the intent to apply is they were due the end of January 27th anyway, so they're past due, but the grant rounds are open. We've had several people apply, and I believe the Maryland Historical Trust, they also have grants open, so we're trying to not confuse people as to whose grant is who, because that seems to be happening. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out to me. That's all.
All right. The Allegheny Museum mini grant.
Yes, I would like the board's approval or the authority's approval. The Allegheny Museum submitted a grant for $3,350 mini grant to do their architectural drawings for their mountain traditions exhibit that they're going to be doing down in the basement of the museum. So again, that grant is for $3,350. And
I
then,
read it. I move we approve it.
okay, go ahead.
Have a second?
This is Ray. I'm going to abstain since I'm on the museum board also, so I'm going to abstain.
All right. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Thank you. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Then the Allegheny Museum grant stands approved, Dee Dee.
Okay, then the next one came from Frostburg, the Frostburg Museum. They're asking for $1,429, and what they want to do is similar to what tourism did down here on our station doors. They want to put decals on their windows. One would be the Old Bell High School. They're trying to do Miners Hospital this time, and then they will be doing various historic sites from Frostburg, I guess, as money becomes available. So definitely think that's a great project. And again, the amount of money is $1,429.
Right. Any questions on that one? Al?
Yeah, Ray causes me to ask this question. I'm not on either of these boards, Frostburg or Allegheny or Historical Society or whatever, but I work with these museums in a volunteer capacity behind the scenes on a lot of projects and exhibits and stuff like that. That would not be a conflict, would it, in me voting on this stuff?
No, that's no
Okay,
problem.
I move we approve the Frostburg Museum grant.
Well, I guess you should ask Adam. I'm not the attorney, so
Yeah.
never mind.
Do we have a second? Okay, Brad is seconding. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, then also Dee Dee, that one stands approved.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Commissioner Atkinson.
Okay, sorry, had to unmute myself first. Thank you for the opportunity for this. Kim, I did send over a copy of a picture of what the amphitheater would look like. I don't know if you can share it.
I will try.
As much
You're
trouble
really
as you
challenging
had,
me.
as much trouble as you had, I know I will never be able to figure it out. So if you can find.
I will. Hold on. Give me a
If
minute.
not, it'll be sent out. But again, just wanted the opportunity to update the authority on what's going on with the amphitheater. As most of you know, a year ago, the Speaker of the House was up here for a visit, talked to us about the River Park project, how she could help with that. But then she got really excited when we talked to her about upgrading the amphitheater at the festival grounds and making it a Casper R. Taylor amphitheater. She was very excited about that, asked us to put together some additional information, get it to her to see about her funding it through some sources through the state. After several months of working back and forth, we did finally get a design of it and some cost estimates. We have shared them with the speaker. Phase 1 of the project, engineer and design, would be a cost of just a little under 97,000 just to do the engineer and design. The total construction cost and engineer and design for phase 1, which is the amphitheater itself, is 1.2 million. I have a meeting scheduled for Monday to discuss this with the speaker to see how much money we can get, if we can get it all at one time, or if it's going to be a 2-year project. So that project is hopefully moving forward with the speaker, and hopefully I'll have some more information after I meet with her Monday. But again, wanted to update you all on, there it is. Can we scroll down some? Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, that Steve Cheney ended up doing this. There's one of the pictures of what it would similarly look like. The reason being is Brendan Taylor was going to work on it, but he doesn't do this type of work anymore. So him and Steve collaborated together on what it would look like. That is an image of something that it would look like in the location. Would change over towards more of the walkway that goes up over to the Sino Canal, so that you're not looking into the lights. Steve went a little, I would say, overboard on all the information he included and everything he wants done. We are simply looking to just do the amphitheater. There won't be any other amenities to anything at this time. We're not sure we need them, but it would, again, just be a little nicer atmosphere and facility. That inspirational stage, that shows more of what it would look like when you were looking at it. So that's where we're at with that. Hopefully we can get some funding through the speaker's office this time and at least get engineering design done, but we're going to hope to get the full 1.2 million for it. So we'll let you know as things move on with that. Any questions on that one?
Bill, I do have a question regarding process.
Yep.
This is the first time I've seen this officially as a member of the authority. With regards to approval and final design and all this kind of stuff, who's responsible for all that? I mean, it's the Canal Place property, so that's why I'm questioning it.
Yeah, once we get funding to do the final design and that stuff, then that will all go through Canal Place's authority to approve the final design. These are conceptual designs, so the final design would have to be done once we get the funding for it. You all would have to approve that final design of what it's going to look like and those type of things. So this is just very preliminarily just trying to get the money to do an amphitheater at Canal Place.
Thank you.
And Stu, I just wanted to say too, to the board, and thanks, Bill, for coming to introduce this. I mean, this has been going on for, I don't know, over a year. Nobody formally came to Canal Place. I didn't feel like it was my place. It wasn't, I mean, not that I'm opposed to it, but it wasn't my project. So I was hoping somebody would come to talk to the board. I don't know if Canal Place needs to formally approve it But that's why I'd asked Billy to come today. A couple things that I want taken into consideration when we reviewed this plan. And again, Bill said it's going to be it's not going to be that grandiose because first of all, there's no way if you put all that stuff on those grounds, there'd be any grounds left.
Right.
Our festival grounds doesn't hold 4,000 people now. It only holds 3,000 people. So I'm not real sure where the numbers are coming from. It can never be, it would have to be, you can't dig into the ground in the festival grounds because there's a whole bunch of dead canal boats underneath there. So
That is correct.
that's a big no-no. And the other issue, not that this is a big issue, is the Celtic cross that the Hibernians had placed years ago sits behind there. And I'm trying to figure out, I've been trying to research how that could get moved or how that even, like they're, I'm researching all that right now.
Yeah, Stu, the only reason I'm involved with this was the speaker asked that we, she had initially asked me and Brendan Taylor to work together to just come up with a concept so she could at least physically see it and get a cost estimate. So that's how we got involved, only because of the speaker. We asked Steve Cheney to just simply give us a picture of what a amphitheater could look like and how much it would have cost to build an amphitheater. As you can tell from this document, he kind of went a long way overboard on this. So this would all have to go out to bid if we get the funding. So it would all be coordinated with your board, with Dee Dee, and again, the final design and exactly what it's going to look like and how detailed it gets into would all be decided after we get the money. This was supposed to be something put together quick and easy, just so we could go to the speaker and ask for the money to build it. So that's why it came through my office, just for that reason. We're hoping again to get the funding and then finalize everything in a little neater, nicer way that it's just the amphitheater. We agreed, we talked to Steve about, we're not going to be able to dig down in. We don't want all this extra stuff that's there. We just want to upgrade the amphitheater that's there. Like I said, he took it a couple extra steps, but hopefully the speaker will understand what we're trying to do and at least get us the funding to engineer and design it, or hopefully for all of it. So once we get with her, if we get the funding, then we can move forward working together on it.
I'm pretty sure you already know this, but I just want to make sure Mike Berkey and the Hibernians are aware of anything going on with the Celtic Cross.
Yes, we know we'll have to look at how we move that and where to move it. That'll be part of the engineer design process.
Al,
And
I've
will
already
this
been in
affect-
touch with them.
Pardon me?
I said, I've already started that contact.
Okay.
Actually through Ed Mullaney, because I didn't know who to contact, and he said Mike Berkey, so Mike's supposed to contact me.
And will this affect the relocation of George Washington's headquarters?
We are not moving the headquarters out.
There's one in every crowd. What can
There
we
it
say?
is. 25 years
Al.
I've dealt with him.
Oh my. Any questions? Okay. Do we have any public
I
comment?
have one other thing.
No, there's
Jen.
one other thing, Janice, the
Oh,
shop.
okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
just to bring up, just to be in full disclosure with the board, to let everyone know, there was an idea that we had about the shops at Canal Place, taking ownership of those going from Department of General Services to the county then selling them to the individual owners of those businesses. It creates win for everybody. The state, the county, the city get the taxes when those properties become turned over to the individual businesses. The businesses win in that they have a piece of property they own now, and that they could then use that for collateral to borrow money or do what they need to do to improve or make expansions to those buildings. So it allows them to grow their businesses, which is what we're trying to do to those businesses down there. There's, a couple of them that are already trying to expand. So that's something we're following up through with Department of General Services, just as an FYI for you all. Lots of details that would have to be worked out. There's a lot of things that we've talked about, but again, we have talked with DGS. They see that there is a pathway forward to do that. We have talked to the shop owners to let them know their responsibilities. They would take over all responsibility for all of the areas that they would share. The bathrooms and the common areas, they would have to be responsible for all of that. So again, a lot of details on that to be worked out. We're still in very early discussions, but just wanted to let you all know what's going on with that. Another topic on that is, I know in speaking with Senator McKay, he is talking about putting in a bill that would reorganize Canal Place and do some other things, possibly do some different things with the shops. I don't know where that's at. I checked this morning. He has not filed any bill as of yet. So depending on what happens with his bill or how things go, this could change in a different way. But again, just for full disclosure, we are trying to work on a way of getting those shops back into the tax base and collect taxes off of them, and then give the shop owners an opportunity to grow their businesses in that area. So just a FYI for everyone.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. Any questions? A lot of information today.
And I just wanted to add that I have been involved with Bill and talking to the shop owners and talking to the Department of General Services. But I just felt that this was the best time to present all the information, because I think it's a terrific idea if it can go forward. So I guess, again, I don't know if we need approval, Adam, to move forward with something like that, or we just keep researching it, or.
I think ultimately DGS would be controlling the disposition of that state property. I'm sure we would be involved in that process, but I don't think we need to have a vote on it now. We're, as Mr. Atkinson said, we're still in early stages.
Okay.
Thank you, Adam. Any other questions? And now, any public comment? No further questions? All right.
Janice?
And Dee Dee, you said you're going to let us know when the March event is, and that because of the March event, there would not be a meeting on March 26th.
Right. What I'm hoping, I'm going to tell you, it's probably going to be an evening meeting, so I can get more people to attend. But yeah, I don't see, unless something big happens or whatnot, we shouldn't have to have a March meeting. But I would appreciate everybody coming from the board to the River Park meeting.
Okay. Al, yes.
I don't want to beat a dead horse. This only take a minute, but it's a small thing, but I guess it comes from 40 years, like many of you, making sure Allegheny County was spelled correctly, that we were on the maps, the roads, that they realized there were certain historical aspects of the state that existed out here. I don't know what can be done, but I do think Interstate 68 should be on that map.
Can I point
those
out?
Maps come from planning, don't they, Bill?
Yeah.
They're not our maps.
And can I point out that
thing.
that map is interactive, so it did show up when we zoomed in.
Yeah.
It's like a snapshot of a Google map, and so, but it's not Google, it's Medusa, but it's only showing.
That.
Yeah, I don't think that could be changed.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions or comments? All right, Dee Dee, well, we look forward to hearing about the date for the March event. Thank you very much. And so all in favor of adjourning today's meeting?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in March at some point. All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.